You can close your eyes and find a comfortable position first for this meditation, and just get into a nice relaxed spot, either seated or laying down, making sure that your spine is straight and that you can relax. And once you're in that place, you can close your eyes and just take a few nice deep breaths. Feeling the oxygen coming into your body and feeling yourself relax with every single exhale out. Releasing any stress or tension with every exhale. And feeling yourself relax even deeper with every inhale. And then we're going to bring the awareness to your heart. So, like you're focusing in on your heart space. Feeling any emotions or energies that come to your awareness right away. And then beginning to feel this energy of unconditional love flooding through your heart. Maybe there's someone in your life that makes you feel that way. Maybe it's your relationship to yourself, to a family member, a friend, a pet. Maybe it's the feeling of unconditional love that you get when you think about your purpose or what you're here for, or your connection to source, or anything at all. But just really allowing yourself to tune into the frequency of that unconditional love. Feeling it starting to expand. This beautiful, bubbling energy of love emanating from your heart. And once you have that feeling, begin to allow it to expand in your entire body. So seeing or feeling the bubble of love from your heart space, and then instantaneously it's just rippling all the way up and down through your body, allowing your entire body to be washed in this wave of love. And then from here, begin to feel yourself expanding outwards over your house, continuing to hold this frequency of love, but almost like you're hovering above your neighborhood, the area that you live in. And as you're holding this frequency of unconditional love and floating above this area, begin to see these little sparks and these lights. And these lights are every single person's heart lighting up in the neighborhood below you. So just as this activation took place in your own body, begin to see and feel it taking place in everyone in your neighborhood. Like these heart spaces are lighting up, like the frequency of unconditional love is activating and flooding through each person. And then seeing like a string from their heart, or perhaps like a beam of light coming from the heart space and sending upwards, and seeing that beaming out all across your neighborhood. So maybe you start with just seeing this one light shooting up, and then 2 and 3, and then suddenly there's dozens, maybe even hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know how big your neighborhood is, but just seeing all these beams of light all these activated hearts shooting upwards. And it's this feeling of oneness, this remembrance that the soul and the heart doesn't see differences, that the soul and the heart is so pure. And we're going to expand the awareness even greater now. So like you're floating above your city, and now all the way over your state or your province, and all the way over your entire country. And as we pause over your country, begin to see the same thing. So as you hold this frequency of unconditional love in your body and in your heart, and as you're emanating it outwards, we send the invitation for anyone else who wishes to hold it, consciously or unconsciously, to be activated into the frequency of unconditional love and unity. And as you float above your country, you begin to see and feel this same process happening, where these little lights are being activated in people's hearts, every age, race, gender, culture, these different heart spaces just lighting up. And then it's filling the entire body, the entire vessel, emanating into the aura of each person. Any fear, separation, division is clearing as they're just radiating this unconditional love. And then like those strings of light or those beams of light shooting up from each person, you start to see this take place across the entire country, where there's just hundreds, thousands, millions of beams of light, of unconditional love shooting upwards to the sky, to the heavens. And even though it's coming from individual people on the planet, there's so much light and there's so much of this frequency that at a certain point, these beams of light are no longer separate. It just becomes like a flood of this light. And we're feeling this energy not only flooding through yourself, through one another, through your country, but rippling out to the entire planet. And that's where we're going to bring our awareness next, expanding beyond your country to the earth as a whole, like you are floating above Mama Gaia, holding the frequency of unconditional love that you've activated within yourself. And also feeling the compassion for all the different things going on the planet. There are so many ways that innocent beings are being harmed or hurt or treated unfairly, unequally. There's so many ways the earth herself has been mistreated as well. And it's time that we clear out any frequencies of fear or division or separation, that illusion of separation, so that we can truly start to walk into a frequency of embodying this unconditional love and being able to connect with one another from these higher states of being and no longer reverting to the outdated fear-based ways. And so as you see this while you're floating above the earth, we're going to call forward any soul that's meant to feel this activation. And we're going to send unconditional love around the planet and see hearts activating like little light bulbs. The switch is turning on. That feeling of unconditional love is settling in. And then it's rippling out through their entire body. And eventually the frequency is so strong that each person is emanating that it starts to send that beam of light upwards. And so you see all the way around the world that these light beams are shooting up. You begin to see that you're not so alone, or that the world isn't as harsh or heavy as we think. That there's actually so many more people capable of love than we know. So many more people capable of empathy and understanding who want peace and unity. And as these lights continue to light up around the world, I invite you to sense the difference here of the frequency of being in your heart versus being in your head. Because maybe you've noticed in this meditation, there hasn't really been a space for judgment. There hasn't really been a space for old programming or beliefs about who is bad or who's done the wrong thing or any of these constructs and stories. And it's truly about this heart-to-heart connection, as well as a soul-to-soul connection, and this understanding that at the deepest core level of every being, we all want the same thing, which is to be loved, to feel worthy, to have peace and relaxation in our nervous system. I truly don't believe any person wakes up thinking, I want to do bad things today, or I want to feel stress and overwhelmed today, or I want to live and act from fear today. It's because of the programming in the mind, or because of the experiences that have happened that are still running the show. But when that doesn't have space, and when we're connected to the heart and to the frequency of unconditional love instead, those things begin to dissolve away and wash away. So as you see all these loving beings sending their loving light up to you, floating above the earth and up to one another, begin to see this web connecting all the way around the planet. Or maybe it's like a cloak of light. Maybe it's the strings connecting to one another in all these interwoven ways. Maybe it's like a crystallization of the frequency that is now holding itself around planet Earth. But I really invite you to use the power of your consciousness and the power of your prayer and your intention, the power of your heart right now, to set the intention that this frequency of love is not a temporary thing, but it's being held and printed around the earth. Almost like this net or this crystalline protection is like holding the frequency in, locking the frequency in. And so even if there's people who weren't activated today, even if there's people who are still in the fear or the hate, who don't think they're ready for this or don't want to be ready yet, that this frequency is locked in at such an intense and powerful level that it will be felt. And it will start to ripple out and permeate even to the most stubborn of hearts or the most stubborn of minds. And we're going to lock this energy in the quantum field so that there is no concept of time or space. There is no concept of limitation. That someone could listen to this activation tomorrow or a week from now, a year from now. And the frequency is going to be so potent, so strong, because every single one of us, each time we listen and each time we just feel this frequency throughout the day, we're connecting to it. And we're reigniting it. And we're reinforcing it every single moment. So the strength just amplifies. The unconditional love just amplifies. And it continues to get bigger and bigger. And it's a frequency that everyone has the ability to tap into at any time. So taking a few more breaths as you just really feel this like locking in, and you see more of these lights lighting up around the earth wherever it's needed. Sending love and protection to all beings across the globe. And then slowly, as you're ready, you can begin to see yourself floating from above the earth, slowly coming all the way back down into your physical body, into this present moment in time and space. Being pulled back into your physical vessel, continuing to feel the frequency of unconditional love and the energies that you've just activated, knowing this to be true on the deepest cellular level. Take a nice deep breath into your heart space as you ground into your heart, and then exhale out. And then connecting to your root chakra at the base of your spine. Taking a deep breath into your root as you ground this in there, and you ground yourself back into your root, and then exhale out. And then feeling or sensing a connection to the earth beneath you. Noticing your earth connection chakra just a few feet beneath the surface of the earth, that is always grounding you and always connecting you to Mama Gaia. And you can take a deep breath in there, grounding this love in, seeing it ripple through the planet, and exhaling out. And then as slowly as you need, taking your time, being gentle, you can start to take some light movements, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, moving your head side to side, and then gently blinking your eyes back open when you're ready. And my invitation for you is not to leave this feeling behind, not to leave this activation behind, but to realize that we all have the power in every single moment with what energy we're showing up in and what we're bringing forward into the world. So the logical mind might not understand what's just taken place, but your heart and soul has felt it, and it's happened in the energetic levels. It will be felt by other people. So when you go about your day today, and every single step that you're taking, feel and envision and intend that this frequency of unconditional love is printing in with every step, that you're sending it outwards, that anyone with an open heart will be able to feel it. And yeah, knowing that it's continuing on long beyond this moment. This was such a great meditation. Wow. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you being here and joining me. You can come back to this at any time. I'm going to upload this on my page. I highly recommend, even if you don't listen to the replay, but feeling this every day. Maybe you set an intention to do this in the morning or at night, or just to take a few deep breaths at those times and imagine that this is happening. I don't do these daily. I'm going to be doing them every week though. My goal is, I think I'm going to aim for Saturday mornings to do a weekly love, unity, harmony meditation. I have tons of free meditations on my YouTube channel. It's linked in my bio. I also do quantum healing hypnosis work, which is similar to this, so I have a lot of free healing activations for that and paid courses. But specifically the love and unity and planetary harmony, these are going to be a weekly thing. So thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, and I'm sending you so much love. And yeah, please just realize the power of what you experienced, what you felt, and how this will be felt by other people for years to come. Because truly, at the quantum level, there is no concept of time. So what we do right now impacts right now. It impacts immediately. And someone 10 years from now could feel a frequency shift that we might not be able to connect it, but everything we're doing energetically impacts and ripples out. So it's just beautiful ways to be of service and to realize that who you're being and how you're showing up is changing the planet, and it's impacting either negatively or positively. So the more we stay in the heart, the more we focus on love and unity, then the more we are elevating and sending that frequency outwards. So yay. That's what the world needs more of, right? So thank you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Saturday and your weekend, and we'll talk soon.